Welcome everyone to this full moon meditation from Meditation Mount. We're located in Ojai, Southern California, but we're gathered together in this virtual space from all around the world. So let's begin by intentionally creating a shared field of receptivity in which we can stand together for this group meditation. So let's begin by taking a few deep, gentle breaths in order to be present. Be aware as you breathe out to release all tensions you may be holding in your physical body. Just let go. And then breathe in a sense of deep relaxation. So your physical body is at ease. And now become aware of your emotional body and breathe out anything that may be troubling you, anything at all that may be pulling away from you being present. Let it go. And breathe in a sense of calmness. And now as we breathe out, we become aware of any extraneous thoughts, anything that is swirling inside the mental body, just being breathed out, released. And we breathe in a sense of serenity, so that we stand with open and clear minds. So now we have relaxed all three vehicles of our personality, which is the incarnated agent of the soul. So from this place of poise, let us enter the space of the heart. Become aware of the beating of the heart. And then at the center of your heart, become keenly aware of a flame. This flame is the eternal fire of love. It is the same fire that burns at the heart of all creation, that unites us, that brings the many back to the one. So let us now connect heart to heart to heart, as we weave together a matrix of community and communion. And standing together inside the group heart, we know ourselves as one, in resonance with each other and in resonance with the one life in whom we live and move and have our being. So take a few more deep, gentle breaths to assimilate the deeper dimension of our true nature. And then gently bring yourself back to the focus of this gathering. Open your eyes. And now we've returned, but with an added sense of meaning and belonging. Thank you. So we are meeting in the sun sign of Libra, when the moon is in Aries. So the full moon is actually in Aries, the meditation is occurring in the sun sign of Libra. And we know that Libra is an air sign that supports the establishing of right human relationships and the ultimate equilibrium between soul and form. And our spiritual strivings are greatly aided by Libra with all its attendant energies. For instance, in the 5 stages of the meditation process, which are concentration, meditation, contemplation, illumination, and inspiration, Libra represents the interlude between 2 activities. And this perfectly describes the stage of contemplation, that stage wherein the life of the soul and its form are balanced. So we see then that the clear gift of Libra is an opportunity to achieve balance and equilibrium on all levels. And this gift is reflected in the spiritual motto of Libra, which is, I choose the way that leads between the 2 great lines of force. I choose the way that leads between the 2 great lines of force. So treading the upper middle path between these 2 pairs of opposites is a major task now facing us collectively if we are to liberate ourselves from the prison of polarization. Look at what is transpiring in our world at the moment. We are presently in the vice-like grip of polarization, and it is tearing apart our social fabric. And it's evident that the resolution of the pairs of opposites is a collective test facing us today. And we face this test in many arenas of life. An example of this would be the battle between right-wing and left-wing ideologies and positions in politics. And we tend to forget that in its purest sense, politics is how we choose to live together and govern ourselves so that spirit may have a suitable and conducive environment in which to dwell and gracefully manifest itself in a myriad of diverse forms. And these diverse forms all express unity. So the great experiment in this country is really unity through diversity, and diversity in unity. And wise and right governance is a theme of Libra. And polarization is also evident in the differing positions being held regarding the environmental crisis, as well as what constitutes a right response to the present global pandemic. So all of the divisiveness now occurring on our planet points to an urgent need to find a higher point of resolution and synthesis. Because being stuck in polarization stymies the creative process. We can't give birth to the truth of who we are if we're polarized. So once again, let's remind ourselves of the opportunities afforded by Libra. So this zodiacal sign and heavenly portal allows us access to higher qualities and energies that provide a propitious influence upon the domain of justice, law, and governance. And I don't need to say that it's obvious that something like this is sorely needed in these times when the rule of law is beginning to break down. So Libra is sometimes called the place of judgment because it is here that the decision is made and the die is cast, marking the distinction between the ordinary wheel of life and the reverse wheel of spiritual attainment that places our feet firmly on the middle path towards greater wholeness. So this is a turning point, the choice. And as we know, the symbol of Libra, it's 2 horizontal lines with the upper one in the shape of a yoke that depicts balance. And we're familiar with this image. It's called the scales of justice. Let's ponder this image together. This is a powerful archetypal image. Justice is always portrayed as a feminine principle. She is always blindfolded to show impartiality. But being blindfolded also signifies that it's only with the inner eye of the soul that we perceive truth without distortion. And as we see here, the bearer of the scales of justice also carries a sword. This is the lighted sword of truth that is wielded with love and compassion in the pursuit of justice. So just ponder for a few more moments this archetypal image of justice. It's a powerful image. I find this one particularly powerful because the person depicted is brown-skinned. It has a modern, it isn't sort of locked up in some old ancient image. It brings it right here, present. So this archetypal image is something for each of us to reflect on during this full moon period. Because if we deeply desire truth and justice in the world, then first we must do justice to the truth of who we are as divine beings through our every thought, word, and deed. And as you well know, here at Meditation Mount, one of the three principles that we work on, and that actually begins in a couple of days, its 2-month period, is essential divinity, the truth of who we are. So the path from separation to greater health and wholeness as one humanity lies in us walking the upper way, the middle path, where polarities naturally converge at a higher point of synthesis. And we're reminded by Teilhard de Chardin that that which ascends converges. So the Libran period is therefore an excellent and opportune time to reconfigure the structures through which we expend our life energy so that we can refocus them at a higher point of synthesis. The collective call is for us to journey ever onwards and upwards upon the spiral path of life, heeding the invitation of Libra to choose the way that leads between the two great lines of force. So holding this awareness and holding each other in our group heart, Diana will now lead us in the meditation.
Thank you, Michael. That was beautiful. And thank you, Meditation Mount and friends of Meditation Mount and all you meditators out there around the world. We welcome you to this Libra, solar, Aries, lunar, moon celebration and deepening and connection. And so, of course, we're on the same page, Michael and I, as we contemplate that Libra energy of the balancing of the scales, and that the two great lines, finding the balance between those two great lines of force, which is Libra, if you think of it, that's what we're all doing right now in these very, very polarized times. And it is time right now for us to keep our balance really consciously, really thoughtfully, to connect to each other, to connect always to the divine plan as it sort of guides us through all of this, these strong, powerful, world-changing times. And that idea that Michael mentioned of unity through diversity, that we are literally called the United States, that this is an experiment, right? To can we be in that diversity and still be united? and as a one world, and we are a one life. And so that becomes conscious. We consciously come together in that way of unique, precise balance and harmony. And so I wanted to share an image just to contemplate also. I love this image so much. It is so much a concentration. Can you sense it? How much precision there is in the balancing at these times, that in a way, as meditators and conscious souls, that is the demeanor internally of our positioning to stay focused and step consciously, mindfully, one step to the next. And so that powerful image of balance in our lives, and to balance the pairs of opposites in our lives, for we are living in a polarized, extremely polarized time. And what I was seeing are the two circles, right? These two circles that seem divergent, not together in any way. And it seems like it's this or this, right? And of course, the answer is it's this and this, right? And so we get the vesica piscis, that beautiful sacred geometry of where that all joins and conjoins together. And that is the state right now that we can practice in our meditation tonight. And as a group together, and a group around the world together, we can practice this state of union and joining, and the opposite of separate, that we become one. So on that note, make yourself comfortable and just start to balance yourself with your breath. And we'll begin by balancing the bodies, organize ourselves as a one meditating whole. The soul is in meditation deep. We join our own souls, and we join as a one life together. So using your breath to harmonize your physical body, take a breath, inhale. And as you exhale, balancing the physical body. And then when you're ready to, take another breath. And as you exhale, balancing the emotional body. And finally, taking a breath to balance the mental body. Feeling yourself come into harmony, the key word for Libra, into harmony with yourself. And from the heart chakra, sensing all the other hearts around the world. In full consciousness, we connect heart to heart, light to light, gently aware of each other, of this beautiful spaciousness of awakened awareness, all interconnected. As one. And gently breathing through the heart center now. sensing all these awarenesses around the planet and all these burgeoning awarenesses around the planet and all this awakening that is occurring around the planet and all the forces of good that are surrounding and supporting this time and space. Feel your connection to it. And take your seat now in the cave center. And from this place, feeling that focalized attention, like the man walking on the basket edge, that precision of your internal alignment, connecting to the soul and to all souls, all the way to Sirius, through Shambhala, and the masters and teachers that hold these stations precisely. And for today, we are also holding our position precisely as awakened consciousness. Recognizing that we are soul, incarnated, and from this place, in the heart of the cave, feel your awareness opening and connecting through the masters and teachers. And feeling that influence and those micro adjustments aligning with pure love, pure consciousness, pure light. And in a moment, we'll move into the silence. For some time. And we'll use this seed thought as we enter that space, as we enter that consciousness, as we enter that heightened awareness. And that is, I stand in harmony with the divine plan. I stand in harmony with the divine plan. I stand in harmony with the divine plan. Letting the vibration of harmony and equilibrium balance the body, heart, mind, harmonizing and blending this awareness into the life and into the world. Sensing that new vibratory rate within the self, sending this illuminated light to our earth, sending the qualities of balance, peace, goodwill, unanimity, to our world like an offering, and feel the world reflected back in reciprocity, like an in-breath and an out-breath. And breathe in and breathe out peace. To our world. And still vibrating in this harmonious vibration, we'll use the adapted version of the great invocation to close this meditation. And if you know it, you can say it with me or just listen along. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into human minds. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into human hearts. May the coming one return to earth. From the center, where the will of God is known, let purpose guide all little human wills. The purpose which the masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the human race, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where evil dwells. Let light and love and power restore the plan on earth. Om. 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 Thank you, friends.
Thank you, Diana. So we stand now at a deeper place of poise. And I guess that really is the gift of Libra, is to be poised. And from that still center, we can move outwards and do whatever we need to do. And there is a phrase associated with both Libra and Aries, and of course we are in the sun sign of Libra with the full moon in Aries. And the phrase is, before creation, silence, and the stillness of a focus point. Before creation, silence, and the stillness of a focus point. So each time we meet places of tension and polarization, we can bring ourselves to that point of stillness as a blessing to our world. So as we complete our time together, may each of us choose the higher path in life that wisely navigates between the pull of the poles and leads eventually to reunification and the healing of our fractured body of humanity. We are desiring to be in a place where the polarities are not the differences that pull us apart, but where polarities represent the creative tension that can move us forward to reveal the full splendor of the human spirit. And let's remember, as we are gathered as one group heart, there are many, many other groups and individuals around the world gathered at this time to meditate, to receive the energies of Libra, and to bless the world, so that we become these co-creative agents of blessing. So let us complete our time together by sending out 3 waves of blessing together with the sound of the Tibetan ball. And as we hear the ball, with each sounding we send out a wave of healing that touches the hearts of all our sisters and brothers and blesses all beings for whom Gaia is home. So let's do this together. Let's take a few gentle breaths, synchronize our breathing so that we breathe as one, we conspire. And let us send out this first wave of healing around the world. And from the center of our group heart, we breathe out a second wave of healing. And as we sound the third and final blessing, we breathe it out from the group heart and know that through our group endeavor, we walk the path, the higher way to wholeness. May this breath bring healing to our world. So thank you for gathering together. Thank you for your presence and participation. And we know that this is a tense time on the planet. We know that astrologically. We just know that by looking around and feeling what's happening in our communities. And we have the power to make a difference. And in order to help the resolution of the polarities, it's incumbent upon us to be poised, to stand in the still center of love, the still center of deep purpose. So may we walk the path that leads on the upper way to wholeness. May we walk that together. So we bid you farewell from Meditation Mount and look forward to next time we gather. So blessings, everyone. Blessings from Meditation Mount. Blessings to all beings.